This is David Whispers, and today we are going to be learning about Chris Hemsworth from Wikipedia. Christopher Hemsworth, born August 11th, 1983, is an Australian actor. He rose to prominence playing Kim Hyde in the Australian television series Home and Away from 2004 to 2007, before beginning a film career in Hollywood. Hemsworth is best known for playing Thor in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, beginning with Thor in 2011 and appearing most recently in What If, which established him among the world's highest paid actors. Hemsworth's other film roles include the action films Star Trek 2009, Snow White and the Huntsman 2012, Red Dawn also 2012, Black Hat 2015, Men in Black International 2019, Extraction from 2020, the thriller A Perfect Getaway 2009, and the comedy Ghostbusters from 2016. His most critically acclaimed films include the comedy horror The Cabin in the Woods from 2012 and the biographical sports film Rush from 2013, in which he portrayed James Hunt. Christopher Hemsworth was born on August 11th, 1983, in Melbourne, Victoria, to Leonie, an English teacher, and Craig Hemsworth, a social services counselor. He is the middle of three sons. His brother Luke, born 1980, and Liam, born 1990, are also actors. His maternal grandfather is a Dutch immigrant, and his maternal grandmother is of Irish descent. On his paternal line, he is of English, Scottish, and German ancestry. He was brought up both in Melbourne and in the outback in Bulman, Northern Territory. He has said, "My earliest memories were on the cattle stations up in the outback, and then we moved back to Melbourne, and then back out there, and then back again. Certainly, most of my childhood was in Melbourne, but probably my most vivid memories were up there in Bulman with crocodiles and buffalo. Very different walks of life." He attended high school at Heathmont College before his family again returned to the Northern Territory and then moved a few years later to Phillip Island. Hemsworth began his career by appearing in several television series. In 2002, Hemsworth starred in 2 episodes of fantasy television series Guinevere Jones as King Arthur, as well as making an appearance in soap opera series Neighbors and 1 episode of Martial Law. The following year, he appeared in an episode of The Saddle Club. In 2004, Hemsworth auditioned for the role of Robbie Hunter in Australian soap opera Home and Away. He did not receive the part, but was subsequently recalled for the part of Kim Hyde. He moved to Sydney to join the cast, appearing in 171 episodes of the series. He left the cast of Home and Away on July 3rd, 2007. Hemsworth later remarked that although he became more visible after Home and Away, his work on a soap opera did not earn him respect within the film industry. Hemsworth was a contestant on the 5th season of Dancing with the Stars Australia, partnered with professional dancer Abby Ross. The season premiered on September 26, 2006, and after 6 weeks, Hemsworth was eliminated on November 7th. Hemsworth's appearance in the franchise would almost cost him the role of Thor, as producers of the Marvel film franchise feared fans would be put off. In 2009, Hemsworth played James T. Kirk's father, George Kirk, in the opening scenes of J.J. Abrams' film Star Trek. The role was initially offered to Matt Damon, who turned it down. Abrams appreciated Hemsworth taking on the role. Josh Tyler of Cinema Blend was impressed with Hemsworth, describing the actor's scene as the best 5 minutes I've spent in a movie theater this year. The film was a box office success, grossing $385.7 million. That same year, Hemsworth played the character Cale Garrity in the thriller A Perfect Getaway. It was a modest success, grossing $22 million against a $14 million budget, and received mixed reviews, but Hemsworth was praised for his appropriately intimidating performance of a thuggish backpacker. Paul Young of Screen Rant also praised Hemsworth's performance as solid. Hemsworth went on to play Sam in 2010's Cash alongside English actor Sean Bean, which was the first film he shot when he arrived in the United States. The film's director, Stephen Milburn Anderson, said Hemsworth had only been in the United States for 6 weeks when he had auditioned for the role, recalling, "Here's a guy who is young, has the right look, is a very good actor, and let's face it, he's beautiful. So I say, we need to get this guy in. I was very impressed." In November 2010, The Hollywood Reporter named Hemsworth one of the young male actors who are pushing or being pushed onto the Hollywood A-list. In 2011, Sony Pictures announced that Hemsworth would star in the thriller Shadowrunner, but the film has yet to go into production. That same year, Hemsworth was cast as the superhero Thor in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. His first film in the franchise was 2011's Thor. He and castmate Tom Hiddleston, who ultimately played Loki, had each auditioned for the role, for which Hemsworth said he put on 20 pounds of muscle. With a worldwide gross of $449.3 million, Thor was the 15th highest grossing film of 2011. The film received positive reviews, and Hemsworth's portrayal of the God of Thunder was praised by Kenneth Turin of the Los Angeles Times. Hemsworth reprised the role the following year for the film The Avengers in 2012 as one of the 6 superheroes alongside Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark, Iron Man, Chris Evans' Steve Rogers or Captain America, Mark Ruffalo's Bruce Banner, Hulk, Scarlett Johansson's Natasha Romanoff for Black Widow, and Jeremy Renner's Clint Barron or Hawkeye, sent to defend Earth from his adopted brother Loki. The film was a critical and commercial success, grossing over $1.5 billion worldwide. The ensemble cast was praised for their on-screen chemistry by Peter Travers of Rolling Stone. Hemsworth shot the horror film The Cabin in the Woods shortly after the release of Star Trek, but it went unreleased until 2012. It garnered positive reviews, and his portrayal of alpha male jock Kurt Vaughn was described by Allison Foreman of Mashable as his sexiest role yet. Hemsworth later starred opposite Kristen Stewart in the film Snow White and the Huntsman from 2012 as the Huntsman. Although a commercial success, grossing $396 million worldwide, it received mixed reviews. Critics were critical of Hemsworth and Stewart's on-screen chemistry, and Angela Watercutter of Wired felt the characters were not fully fleshed out. Hemsworth was cast as Jed Eckert in the 2012 Red Dawn remake after MGM saw Daly's footage of a scene from The Cabin in the Woods. He was cast as Thor 2 days after being cast in Red Dawn. The film was a box office bomb, grossing only $50 million against a production budget of $65 million and received negative reviews. In 2013, Hemsworth starred in Ron Howard's sports drama film Rush as 1976 Formula One world champion James Hunt. The film was critically praised and became a box office success, grossing $98.2 million against a budget of $38 million. Henry Barnes of The Guardian was impressed with Hemsworth's performance, praising the actor Although a commercial success with a worldwide gross of $644.6 million, the film became the lowest rated film in the MCU franchise on the review aggregator website Rotten Tomatoes at 66% approval rating. The chemistry between Hemsworth and Hiddleston was praised by critics. Ben Child of The Guardian wrote, "Thanks to Hiddleston and Hemsworth's impressive collective charisma, Thor: The Dark World is far from a franchise killer." In 2015, Hemsworth starred in director Michael Mann's action thriller Black Hat opposite Viola Davis. The film bombed at the box office and was poorly received. For many critics, a significant issue of the film was the casting of Hemsworth as a hacker. Christy Lemire of the Chicago Sun-Times remarked, "Anyone who makes their way in the world sitting in front of a computer screen all day is not going to look as hunky as Hemsworth." Hemsworth himself later admitted to being displeased with his performance. "I didn't enjoy what I did in the film," he commented. "It just felt flat, and it was also an attempt to do what I thought people might have wanted to see, but I don't think I'm good in that space." He reprised his role as Thor for the fourth time in the sequel to the Avengers Age of Ultron. In addition to the film receiving positive reviews and grossing over $1.4 billion worldwide, Hemsworth also won the People's Choice Awards for Favorite Action Movie Star. Hemsworth returned to the set of Home and Away in November 2014 to film a scene as an extra and not as his character Kim Hyde. The episode which he appeared in was broadcast on May 19th, 2015. That same year, he co-starred in the comedy film Vacation along with Ed Helms, a revival of the film series that originally starred Chevy Chase. He was nominated for the MTV Movie Awards for Best Kiss with Leslie Mann. His last 2015 film was In the Heart of the Sea, based on the book of the same name by Nathaniel Philbrick, with Hemsworth playing first mate Owen Chase. In an interview on Jimmy Kimmel Live, he said that to prepare for the role of starving sailors, the cast was put on a diet of 500 to 600 calories a day to lose weight. In the Heart of the Sea received mixed reviews from critics and was a box office disappointment, grossing $93 million against a $100 million budget, but Hemsworth received a nomination for Choice Movie Actor Action at the 18th Teen Choice Awards. In 2016, Hemsworth reprised the role of Eric the Huntsman in The Huntsman: Winter's War alongside Jessica Chastain, who played his love interest. Writing for IndieWire, Oliver Littleton criticized the on-screen chemistry between Hemsworth and Chastain, stating that they're both struggling uphill against accents they're palpably not comfortable with, displaying zero chemistry, and frankly appearing to be in different films. The film underperformed compared to its predecessor, grossing only $165 million. Hemsworth later joined the cast of the reboot Ghostbusters film, playing Kevin the Receptionist. The film disappointed critically and commercially, but Hemsworth was praised for delivering the most fun by Caroline Westbrook of Metro and won the Kids' Choice Awards for Favorite Movie Actor. Hemsworth reprised his role as Thor in Thor Ragnarok, released on November 3rd, 2017 in the US, and again in both the third and fourth Avengers films, Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame in 2018 and 2019, respectively. All three films were a critical and commercial success. Matt Zoller-Seitz of RogerEbert.com likened Hemsworth's acting to Cary Grant, stating that Hemsworth's charisma holds Thor Ragnarok together whenever it threatens to spin apart. Hemsworth won the Teen Choice Awards for the Choice sci-fi movie actor. Meanwhile, in his review of Avengers Endgame, Joe Morgenstern of the Wall Street Journal acknowledged Hemsworth's Thor endearing despite some ragged material and the actor's seemingly limited dramatic range, while praising Hemsworth in the MCU Infinity Saga finale as the graceful, exuberant comic actor he was destined to be, while Thor morphs alarmingly and charmingly, yet still heroically, into a beer-bellied apparition who could pass for Jeff Lebowski. In 2019, Hemsworth also starred in a spin-off of the Men in Black series titled Men in Black International. The film grossed $253 million worldwide and received generally unfavorable reviews from critics who criticized the lackluster action and forgettable plot, although the chemistry between Hemsworth and co-star Tessa Thompson was praised. The following year, he starred in the Netflix action thriller Extraction, reuniting him with the Russo brothers, who served as producers. After being watched by 90 million households in its initial month of release, the film broke Netflix's viewership record previously held by Bird Box. Hemsworth was originally going to reprise his role as George Kirk in the fourth film of the rebooted Star Trek film series, but he left the project in August of 2018 after contract negotiations fell through. Hemsworth later revealed that the reason for his exit was because he found the script underwhelming. He will also reprise the role of Thor in the fourth film, Thor: Love and Thunder, which was set to start filming in August 2020 in Australia and scheduled to be released in 2022. On the 13th of October 2020, it was announced that Hemsworth will star in the Mad Max Fury Road spin-off Furiosa. Hemsworth will return as Tyler Rake in Extraction 2 at Netflix. After appearing as Thor in the MCU franchise, Hemsworth's physique gained attention from fans. His exercise routines have been regularly discussed in the media, including the Times of India, Men's Health, Men's XP, Entertainment Tonight, and Metro. He later created the fitness app Center, which provides paid customers access to nutrition, wellness, and exercise routines. In 2014, he was named the sexiest man alive by People magazine. Hemsworth was the star of the Australian Football League's 2014 Everything's Possible campaign. He donated fees for his involvement to the Australian Children Foundation. Hemsworth was also the star in the AFL's 2017 I'd Like to See That commercial. He is an avid supporter of the Western Bulldogs. As his career in Hollywood films has developed, Hemsworth has become one of the world's highest paid actors. He appeared in Forbes' World's Highest Paid Actors list in 2014, 2015, and 2018. Additionally, he ranked 31st in the magazine's list of highest paid celebrities in 2018 and 24th in 2019, with estimated earnings of $76.4 million. Hemsworth began dating Spanish model and actress Elsa Pataki in early 2010 after meeting through their mutual representatives. They wed in December 2010. The couple have a daughter born in May 2012 and twin sons born in March 2014. In 2015, Hemsworth and his family moved from Los Angeles to Byron Bay, New South Wales, in his native Australia. Hemsworth was appointed a member of the Order of Australia in the 2021 Queen's Birthday Honours. And that is the end of the article, with the exception of his filmography and I'm sure accolades 2000 awards, there are video games. The article did not mention video games, but in 2011 he did voice Thor in Thor God of Thunder. He voiced Kevin Beckman in Lego Dimensions and Ghostbusters in 2015 and 2016, respectively, rather. And the others are references and awards that were referenced in the article. I really like this guy. Great actor. And yeah, great physique, like they were talking about in the article. This guy is a crazy combination of looks and talent. So he is deserving of those 74 point whatever million dollars they were talking about earlier, in my opinion. Who am I to say? Anyway, if you have not seen Cabin in the Woods, definitely check it out. It is a horror movie, so if you're squeamish, maybe not, but it has a lot of comedy in it. I think you should see it. It's a great film, Cabin in the Woods, and also obviously I'm a big fan of his Thor character as well, especially Ragnarok. If you haven't seen Ragnarok, I would absolutely see Ragnarok. A lot of nice little cameos in there, and the funniest of all of the MCU movies, in my opinion, with the exception of Deadpool, and I am not sure if Deadpool is in the MCU. We're straying now, though.